Hi, everybody. How you doing? Life has been interesting here. Um, that's the best I can say. Life has been interesting here. Don't want to talk about other people's problems. So it's just been interesting. Um, I have been kind of depressed for like the past day or so. Um, and I think it's really stupid, but it's a real thing. So I just need to deal. Um, I saw my dog. The dog that was my ex-husband's, and so he isn't my dog anymore. I saw my dog, and I started crying, and got out of the where I was, and I just kept crying because it's really the only thing I miss from my life before um, almost a year ago now. Um, yeah, the only thing I really miss. And he was a sweetheart, and I definitely loved my dog. I definitely still love my dog. He was my dog for quite a few years. Um, and the last year of my marriage, he was the my source of unconditional love. Yeah, I love that dog. But people have made comments over the past year, well, over the past like 6 months or so, that I need to get a dog or a cat. It's usually a cat when people say it, probably because I'm a woman. Um, and it's like, no, I don't want that right now. Um, well, for one thing, you're kind of stuck staying at home when you have a dog or a cat because somebody has to be there to take care of them. But also, um, because I lost a pet, I don't want to replace my pet yet, even though he's still alive doing his doggy type stuff. He's still on to me. Um, last little few hours, day or so, I've been looking at stuff having to do with grief, because that's really what it is. Um, just because nobody died doesn't mean you can't have grief. Um, it's an emotion and a feeling and whatever that happens when you lose something that you love. It doesn't matter what it is, and it doesn't matter how you lose it. That's what it is. Um, and like the past year or so, it's also adding in feeling like like I've lost a friend too. No, I'm not talking about the dog with that. I'm just not going to get into that. Um, other than that's how I feel because my friend isn't there anymore. Hopefully that changes, but my friend isn't there anymore. Um, so that's how I'm doing. I'm of the awareness. Well, actually, I've left so much out that happened in the last 24 hours. It's been really messed up. Hugs, Paula. Got here late. Not sure what I missed. I wish I knew who you were. that's the problem with different names. Oh no. Um, but saying hugs, that means you're probably somebody that I know. Um, oh, hi, Lisa. Which Lisa? That's a problem. Okay, that Lisa. Yeah, it's too common of a name. Yeah. Um, I've been talking about really sad stuff because I'm depressed and why I'm depressed. I'm leaving out a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, they are. That's why my name is Paula. My mom wanted me to have a name that everybody knew, that was common enough that everybody like knew one person, only knew one person. And that's why she picked Paula. She also picked it because the male version of Paula is Paul. And so it was going to be a form of Paul no matter what. Yep. She did the same thing with my sister Christy. Christy or Christopher, both Chris. Um, but yes, my mom is quite bright. And it shows. Um, okay, I was talking about how I was looking up things having to do with grief. Um, because I need to deal with the emotions that I'm feeling, even if it isn't somebody like dying or something, because a loss is a loss is a loss. When you lose something, you've lost it. And so I need to deal with those feelings. I thought I had, when it came to the dog, I thought I had dealt with it, but seeing him made it come back to the forefront again. So I need to deal with it. And and like I was saying, with people saying, "Oh, I need to get a dog or a cat," it's like, no, I need to um, not replace a loved one quite yet. Plain and simple. It's like, yeah, I have the excuse of, well, I don't want to be tied down and all blah 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 blah, but I also don't need to um, replace a family member yet. Um, exactly. I'll know when the time is right. Okay, what else has been going on? Yesterday, I tried to quit smoking. Um, it did not work. Yep, I agree with that 100%, Lisa. The right critter will pop up when I'm ready. Um, okay, what was I just saying? Um, oh, yeah, I was trying to quit smoking yesterday, and it did not work. Um, I've been trying to do it, used to doing a vape, and yesterday I went straight vape for like a day, and I went through such severe withdrawals that it wasn't even funny. I was shaking like this and felt so sick. It was absolutely horrible. Yeah, it's a big adjustment, but it also wasn't a strong enough nicotine amount in the vape, because the reason why I wanted to do that is to decrease the amount slowly so I don't get that sick, because I know how sick I get. It's like years and years and years and years and years ago, I used to smoke crack, It was a long time ago. Yeah, this chubby person used to smoke crack. Yeah, I wasn't all that chubby at that point. Um, but the times that I have really done a good job of trying to quit, I found of cigarettes, I found out that the withdrawals that I have from cigarettes are 10 times worse than what I had from trying to um, quit crack. And yeah, that's not good. um, it was not good at all. Yeah, they do. And when it comes to physical addiction, it is severe. Well, I'm psychologically and physically addicted very severely. So I need to decrease it slowly to make it so I don't get that sick. Um, and also with the vape, it's like I have the oral fixation to try and keep the mental stuff in check. Well, yesterday with all the crap that was going on, and with feeling so sick, I started smoking again. I did. This morning, I went into town and I got myself um, the e-juice that is actually the one I should have had in the first place. Um, like a really, really strong one instead of one that's like ultra light when compared to cigarettes. Um, yeah, I've tried that. It doesn't work. It makes me want to have a cigarette. Um, but when it comes to the vape, that actually really does help. Seeing the vapor coming out, it actually really does help. Um, really, because at Rustic Vapor, you can get 45 mil. I've got 35. And to give an indication, yesterday during the day and the night before, I was at 12. That's a big gap. Be honest, the guy who worked at the store suggested 35 instead of going up higher. Um, he suggested the 35, thinking that if I went higher, I might like make myself sick because of it being too high. And it's like I could have gone a little bit higher, but I think this will keep me from getting really sick. So I this is going to be much better. I just a little while ago ran out of the cigarettes that I had bought. So now I have started back up on the vape. And you usually shop in Ohio. Oh, hey, I don't know what the laws are when it comes to this in Ohio. I know that there are places in Michigan that they make it themselves. There's a place in Sault Ste. Marie that makes it themselves. So I would assume they do it downstate too, and all over the place. Um, yeah. Um, you see, that's why it helps. Really? Well, in Michigan, they can. At Rustic Vapor, they have up to 45 mil. Yeah, In Michigan, you can get a lot higher than that, a lot higher. No, because this is a lot higher. Yeah. He also tried to sell me a better system than what I've got because, well, it's just a pen, and pens don't quite do as well as some of the other things. Um, that's what I thought because, well, for one thing, I have the breathing problems, and it's like I don't need that big bellowing vapor. I don't think I could handle it. Yeah, that too. Yeah, so that's what's going on with that stuff. I have started doing this. It's actually like physically feeling right. So I think I'm good. Um, and I added my CBD oil to it. So it should help with the pain relief, I hope. It's worth a shot. I added a little bit of it to it, so to see if it'll help. I don't want to use very much of it because I don't want to use very much of it, but it's worth a shot. Anything to try and get to a manageable level of pain. I have to try. Um, that's the other thing I need to look into when I go to my favorite Michigan vape shop. I've heard great things about CBD for pain management. Yeah, and that's why I'm doing it. Um, yesterday, even though I was getting so sick from the low dose of nicotine, I was noticing a pain relief that I usually didn't have. Um, so so it did help some. I imagine it'll help with stress too and combat any stomach issues. I don't have stomach issues. My stomach is like cast iron. Um, yeah, I don't throw up. I don't. Yeah, I have a cast iron stomach. I do have acid reflux though, and that's a problem. But that's only if I eat things I'm allergic to at night. So if I don't eat things that I'm allergic to at night, I don't have that problem. But like I said, it's a reaction to allergies. It's my own darn fault if I have that problem. Um, the stress, I don't know if it'll help with. 'Cause it's not like it doesn't have the THC in it at all. Well, for one thing, I don't have a card. For another, I don't want that because of my past substance abuse issues. I don't think it's a good idea. Um, so, but yeah, things have been nuts. But I'm alive. Um, life will go on. Worth reading a little more about CBD. Yeah, like I said, it helped. Yesterday it helped, and hopefully it'll start helping again now that I'm using it again. It really did help. Um, so, okay, what else could I talk about? Um, I think I've talked about this in in a Facebook video. I'm not really sure if I did that or not, though. If I did, it was like a long time ago. Um, You might notice I'm wearing a hat. Mm, yeah, I've got hat hair. Accept it. Isn't it a pretty hat? This is my favorite hat. All colorful and some religious symbols and some hearts and um, peace signs and flowers. And it's all colorful. And I love my hat. My hat used to be black. Um, I bought it right before I went to truck driving school. It was jet black, and being outside every day in the summer, well, late summer, um, in Memphis, Tennessee, on blacktop, it faded out. There were white spots of light brown and white spots, and yeah, the way it looked, it's like what would have happened to me if I wouldn't have had this hat. It's like it was a brand new hat because I bought it right before I left, because I had a feeling I was going to need a hat in Memphis, Tennessee, coming from the UP. Um, so um, yeah, in a matter of 2 weeks, it faded out like that. Um, so, well, not last Yule, but the one before that, I think. Um, my son got me fabric markers because I love to get art things for gifts. It's my favorite thing. I always love if somebody wants to get me a gift, get me something that I can paint with, draw with, or paint on or draw on. And it's like the best thing ever. I don't want flowers, I want paintbrushes. Um, that's a fact. Well, I used the fabric markers and did all of this. There's like blues and made it all colorful and made it so my ugly faded out hat was all beautiful again. All because my son gave me a whole bunch of markers and I made it's like you don't have to get rid of things just because they get faded out or whatever. You need to you can make things um, out of adversity, beautiful things can blossom. This cat went through hell, and a beautiful thing blossomed. Um, Same thing goes with people. Well, people either fall apart or they blossom when it comes to adversity. And it's like they do in Asia, where they fill in cracks and exactly fill in cracks of pottery with gold rather than tossing out the pottery. That's exactly what I'm talking about. The first time I saw that pottery, I just thought it was the greatest thing ever because you can make something beautiful out of something old and broken. Just because something broke doesn't mean that you don't still love it and that you can't make it into something new and beautiful. Um, for instance, where I'm sitting right now, it's an old crib. Um, is it being used as a crib right now? No, it's actually not legal to use it as a crib. because the bars are too far apart. Um, it's an antique. It's pretty old, um, but it makes a beautiful love seat. Well, for me, chair because this is my chair. I love my chair. One thing I love about my chair is I can pile up pillows behind me and lean back like this, and it actually stretches out my back where it hurts the most and makes it feel a little bit better. I know it doesn't look all that attractive me laying back like that, but it sure as heck feels good. Um, oh, I am a firm believer in upcycling. You can recycle just about anything and make it into beautiful. As long as you're comfy, that's what counts. Yep, I have to agree. Although I probably wouldn't lay back like that if there were like people in the room. And I should really think about it. It's like there is a person in the room. Uh, um, I know it's a person who doesn't care if I lean back, but still, who knows who's going to watch this later? I may want to look beautiful. Yeah, I want to look like me. Looking like me is looking beautiful. Um, whether I'm wearing full face of makeup or like right now when I'm not wearing any at all. Whether I'm wearing a beautiful dress, which I actually am, you just can't tell. Or my old hoodie that's fallen apart, wearing out too soon, by the way. This is a Carhartt hoodie. And I'm sorry, but the pockets have worn out and ripped and all sorts of awful things. And it's like, it's not that old. It's like Carhartts are supposed to be rugged and tough. The hoodie I had before this one made this one look like a piece of garbage. Carhartt should be ashamed. Like Seuss said, the people who matter don't mind, and the ones who mind don't matter. That is true. Uh, but my attitude is I'm beautiful no matter what, because inside here, I'm beautiful. Inside there, you're beautiful. Yeah, that was me grabbing your head. You're beautiful. Um, and never let anybody tell you you're not, because we all are in our own way. Just like people say, I'm unique, I'm one in a million. Yeah, they are. They absolutely are. And so am I. And so are you. Because we're all different and we're all pretty darn awesome. The only people who aren't awesome actually have to work at it. Because you have to work at screwing people over. You have to work at being negative all the time. It's not something that just comes. You have to work at that stuff. Um, so the people who aren't beautiful are not beautiful by their own design. We are all born beautiful. The BS tall, short, skinny, fat, um, brown, black, red, white, yellow, blue, gray, whatever we look like, we're beautiful because that's the way we were made and that's the way we are. And I know I'm beautiful. I know it. I'm happy with my chubby ass self. Oh, excuse the language. Um, but I am. I am happy with my chubby self because I'm me and all of this is me. And if you like it, awesome. If you don't, I really don't give a damn. And the door is over there. Don't let it hit you in the butt. Because somebody who does who doesn't see the beauty in me, yeah, I don't need them around. I really don't, because they aren't good enough for me. Because I'm awesome, and I need somebody who's awesome. Yeah, but I heard some things about YouTube that it's changing, and because it was like bought by another company, and that swearing is not in my best interest. Um, that's that's why I said excuse me and stuff like that, because I don't want to get turned in for being a swear word person when I really am not, for the most part. I think Disney. I could be wrong. I read it. That doesn't mean just because I read something doesn't mean it was right, and it doesn't mean I'm remembering right. But that's what I'm remembering. Um, Usually, if I remember something, it's correct because I got a funky memory. But there are glitches in the matrix sometimes. So, but I don't think this one is a glitch in the matrix. Um, wow, it's been over a half hour. But that's a good thing. I'm like the ADD queen. LOL, the details tend to get lost along the way. I'm ADD too. It's just that I have the funky memory. That too many. Okay, I am ADD, OCD, PTSD, um, dyslexic, and I have an inner ear disorder. Yeah, the PTSD has nothing to do with it. It's just another letters. Um, I still have it. But because of all the learning disabilities that are actually quite severe and the inner ear disorder, I, at a small age, started memorizing my surroundings. And because okay, let's say I put my vape right there. You can see the tip of it, so you can tell it's right there. Now, let's say I was doing all kinds of other stuff and everything, and somebody came along and moved it right here. You know, there's a good chance I can't find it. With it being right in front of my face. Because this is directly in front of my eyes. It doesn't look like it on the camera, but it's directly in front of my eyes. There's a good chance I wouldn't find it because it was moved. It wasn't where I memorized it was to be. Um, but because of having to memorize everything all the time, it's like every few minutes, memorizing your old surroundings just to keep things straight and steady. You start remembering things that people would never remember just because you're always remembering your situation. It's like if you're remembering a person standing in the corner, you're going to remember what they were talking about. Um, if you're remembering a newspaper sitting on the table, there's a good chance you're going to remember the headline. Um, yeah, it's a training that I trained myself to combat my learning disabilities. It's the reason why I can read. It's the reason why I can write. It's the reason why I can do a lot of things that I really shouldn't be able to do. Um, but um, yeah, sometimes things get misfiled up here because I am ADD and all of that. But generally, remember, and it's not like your classic eidetic memory. I'm not going to remember the page number. I'm going to remember how the page looked, though, and then I could probably find it in the book because of I know the shape of the paragraphs and stuff. The human mind is fascinating. How we can do that and find creative ways to adapt and make most of our surroundings. Yeah, I have to agree. Um, then I think that the human mind can do a lot more than a lot of people give us credit for. Um, the videos that I haven't gotten to yet, because life is weird. Just it's been yeah, um, but it's like that's all about that. What the human mind can do. It's like tarot reading. It's like it's not the big mystical thing that people make it out to be. It's your subconscious mind shuffling the cards, and putting them in the right spot. That's what it is. It's your subconscious mind doing it. Your subconscious mind has a connection to things that you don't know it has a connection to. It's filed things in a way that you didn't know it was there. Oh, for sure. We're barely scratching the surface of what we can do. Yeah. And it's like, that's why what I was saying, it's like, that's why my tarot readings are so accurate. It's not that things are like broad and general and blah, 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 blah. That's not what it's about. It's because you've put it together. All I'm doing is reading what you did, reading what you already know in the back of your head. My mind connects to the cards far too readily. I had to stop using them. It was too upsetting too often. Yeah, you needed to like smudge and stuff. Um, and work on some things because it can go to the positive just as much as it can go to the negative. Our subconscious mind has a tendency to do recordings, though, if we've got a lot of stuff. I know mine does. That's why I know this, because mine does. Because I've got a lot of really nasty recordings from things that have happened to me. And I've got a lot of nasty recordings back in that subconscious mind, and it can show me my negative outlook on things. But I can also work on the positives, and that's one of the things having to do with positive affirmation. People give crap about positive affirmations. There are things that try to prove that it doesn't work. But what it is it's trying to reprogram your subconscious mind. It's not for your conscious mind. It's, it's for your subconscious mind because your subconscious mind is the one that needs to hear repeated messages because it needs to hear those to rewrite the other messages that were put in there by repeatedly being told them that were that weren't the positive things that you want to do with your life. Um, yeah. um, to be very honest, I have had a heck of a really heck of a last 24 hours, actually more than 24 hours, and I am exhausted. I think I just want to turn this off, turn on the TV, watch something stupid, something real stupid, and just veg in my chair for a little while and go to bed. Yeah. Well, I do feel a lot better. When I started smoking again yesterday, I felt better physically. But I still have, yeah, mentally, I've been wrecked, and I need to rest my brain. Um, I am so happy you came over to see this, Lisa. People haven't been coming over, uh, and it's yeah, exactly. I'm going to Netflix. That's exactly where I'm going. Um, People haven't been coming over. Oh, and for people who see this later, or you, if in case you didn't do it, um, there is such a thing as called subscribing. And yeah, I haven't gotten my informational ones going yet, but that doesn't mean we can't like build up subscribers for when it happens. Oh, well, see, Lisa did it. You can do it too. Yeah, I'm gonna turn this off. Good night, Lisa. Good night, whoever comes and looks at this. Have an awesome night. Have an awesome tomorrow, and enjoy. My things wasn't there. Okay, enjoy.